Good morning, dear students. Once again, we are here to continue our lesson. Okay. So, in previous video, we had started chapter number 10, personal pronouns. So, I already told you what is personal pronouns. Personal word is made from the word person. Okay, person, first person, second person and third person. There is no need to revise you, but I am again revising you just because for your memory. Okay, so I am revising you that what is first person, second person and third person in English grammar. So suppose an example, one situation where I am talking with anybody. Okay, so suppose that anybody is standing before me and we are talking to each other. So here two people are talking to each other, two persons. Okay, one is the speaker and the another is listener. So at that time when I am telling something to him, so I start my sentences with I, that I am going to do this, or I am doing this, or I am going to that place now. So I am telling him, and you just go and tell him, you just do this. When I am out of the city, that at that time you should do this. So I am instructing him. So the person who is speaking is called first person. Generally, I speak means the speaker is I or we. If I am talking on behalf of my all the friends, those who are standing behind me, and I am talking on behalf of all of them. So that time I use, instead of I use we. We are going, we are playing, we are doing this. Okay, so I or we, these two subjects are called what? First person. And the person to whom I am talking, the person to whom I am instructing, that person, the listener, that person is called the second person. Okay, generally you is used for both singular and plurals. So you is the second person. And suppose we both are talking about some third person. So except me and him, everybody who does not belong to the speaker and listener, and we are talking about the third person, that third thing or third person, these all called third person. So related to that person, so that is called related to that person, the pronouns, these pronouns are called personal pronouns. On the basis of the person, when we divide the pronouns, when we classify the pronouns, that pronouns are called personal pronouns. Did you understand? Did you recall it? Okay, so that's what we learned in the previous video, lecture number 32. Now lecture number 33, we are going to solve the exercise. We are going to solve the exercise related to this chapter number 10. So it is given on page number 44. Okay, open page number 44. Exercise. Now these exercise you need to solve with pencils like this. Okay, just like I have done in my book. So you should also do this at your home and try to make it correct. Then I will pass you the pictures of this solution of in my book. Then you can match it and you can give marks to yourself. Okay, this is the way how you can analyze yourself, how you can analyze your strength, your command on the language English grammar. Okay, now let's see exercise A. Rewrite the following sentences by using personal pronouns in place of the words given in color. Okay, so if you see in the sentence number 1, there are two sentences. One sentence is Harry lives in my neighborhood. Harry is a boy who lives in my neighborhood. Neighborhood means padosman. Harry lives in my neighborhood. Full stop. Full stop means the sentence is over. Now the second sentence begins from here. Harry is a doctor. The same Harry who lives beside my house in my neighborhood, Harry is a doctor. So you can understand, to avoid the repetition of noun, Harry, 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 again and again we don't repeat the names or nouns. So at the first line we use the nouns, but at the second line, on the second line we replace it with suitable personal pronoun. Now the personal pronoun suitable for Harry, since he is a boy, he is a male, masculine, so there should be some masculine pronoun. One thing is that. Second, he is a singular, not plural. Harry is a only one person, so it should be singular and muscular. Okay, so which personal pronoun should be put here in place of Harry? Remaining else you will note down as it is. Just like I have written or I have sold in my book, I have copied this line same as it is, but in place of the color word that is Harry, I put something else, some pronoun out of this table. Okay, I have selected from this table because Harry is a third person. Harry is a third person, and third person category is here. We can place he, we can place she, but she is used for feminine gender, so we cannot use it. It is used for non-living things, we don't use it. They is used for plural, but Harry is a singular, so that's why the first thing he is suitable. Correct. Harry lives in my neighborhood. Harry is a doctor. Now what is my answer? Look at my answer. I have given the answer. Harry lives in my neighborhood. Full stop. And you remember, when any sentence end at the full stop, then the next sentence begin, we start with capital letter. The first letter of next line should be capital letter. So he is a doctor. So how did I replace the Harry with he? Harry is a noun. In place of noun, I used he. He is a pronoun. And he represent to a person Harry, and that is a third person. He is a third person. Except I and you. Third person. So third person we use he, because he is a masculine gender and used for singular, so it fits perfectly here. So my answer, he is a doctor. So after writing he, I underlined here. Why did I underline here? To show that I have made some change here in place of Harry. So that's how you will note down in the book with pencil, and the same exercise you will note down after matching with my answers. Then you will note down these exercise in your CW notebook in your grammar portion. Okay, so that is the solution of first line. Now the second line. Alice teaches in a school. Who is Alice? Alice is a lady, or Alice is a girl, and girl means Alice generally belongs, this name belongs to girls. That's why I can guess that she is a lady. Alice teaches in a school means she is a teacher. Alice speaks English fluently. Speaks English fluently. Now again there is a repetition of name. Alice, Alice. Now the second Alice, for the second word Alice, we can replace it with any pronoun, personal pronoun. But Alice, again the names, the Alice is a third person. I, first person, you, second person, but we are talking about Alice, third person. So for the third person, if you see in the table, there are these four. He is used for masculine gender. Now we are talking about Alice, who is a girl or lady. So that's why, and she is a singular. So that's why we are going to use she. It is used for neuter gender, non-living things, and they is used for plural, many. So Alice is a single, Anse, she is a girl, feminine. So that's why we are going to use she on the place of subjects. That's why. Alice teaches in a school. Now my answer. Alice teaches in a school. Full stop. She speaks English fluently. Now what did I change? I changed only the blue word Alice, the second name Alice, the second line, and instead of, in place of Alice, I used she. She is best or perfect pronoun here. So that is by, you can solve by your common sense. Very easy. Anybody can do this. Third sentence. Neha writes short stories. Neha writes short story. Now you can understand Neha is a name of a girl. No boy keeps the names like Neha, Kamala, Bimla. These names are belongs to girls only. So that's why we can understand that is he is a or she is a feminine gender. Neha writes short stories. Neha also participates in dramas. Drama, play, natak on the stage. You can see drama. So you can rewrite this sentence. The first sentence you will write as it is. Neha writes short stories, full stop. But in the second sentence, you can replace Neha, which is a noun, with the with any pronoun, and the best pronoun is she. She also participates in dramas. That is how you will note down. Fourth sentence, Ravi walks in the morning. Ravi walks in the morning. Ravi goes to a nearby park daily. Nearby. Nearby means पास में ही कहीं. Nearby park, which is near to his house. So he daily, Ravi goes to a nearby park daily. Now what we need to do? We need to replace the repetition of Ravi, Ravi. So second Ravi we can replace with any personal pronoun. Ravi is a boy, third person, single. So according to all these three rules, Ravi walks in the morning, full stop, he. Now in place of Ravi we can use he. He goes to a nearby park daily. Very easy. Anybody can do this, okay? Fifth sentence. Dinesh and Suresh work in an office. Dinesh and Suresh work in an office. Second sentence. I am going to meet Dinesh and Suresh. I am going to meet Dinesh and Suresh. Now Dinesh and Suresh, they are third person. Okay, third person. I, you, Dinesh and Suresh means third person. We are talking about third person, but they are two persons. That's why they are plural. Now for plural in third person, you can see in the table. If you see in the table, we have the personal pronoun they. They for what? They for plural means two person. Dinesh, the first line should be remain same. Dinesh and Suresh work in an office, full stop. Now I am going to meet, that will be remain same. I am going to meet because I is a subject here, but we need to change the object because Dinesh and Suresh is written at the place of object. So I am going to meet them, not they, them. Why? Because they is at the place of subjective. subject. So it is in subjective case. But what is this objective case? When Dinesh and Suresh are in the place of object, so we will use them. See in the table, them, not they. Okay. So I am going to meet them. So I will underline at the end them. Okay. Sixth line. Mary and Shelley study in a school. Two girls, feminine, plural. Third person. Mary and Shelley study in a school. Mary and Shelley always stand first in the exams or examinations. Both of them, they secure first. Means they stand first position. They secure first position in the class in every examination. Now we need to replace Mary and Shelley, but this time Mary and Shelley are in the place of subject. Okay, so we will replace with the subjective case. In the previous 4-number sentence, Dinesh and Suresh were at the object place at the end of the sentence. So we change with the objective case. Now Mary and Shelley are at the beginning of the sentence. So we will change at the place of subjective place. So first line will note down same. Mary and Shelley study in a school. Full stop. They always stand first in the examination. Now at this time in the sentence number 5, we replaced they because it is on the place of subject. And in the sentence number 4 we replaced with them because Dinesh and Suresh were at the place of object at the end of the sentence. So that's why we replace with them. Okay, clear? Now let's move to the exercise number B. Fill in the blanks in this conversation with suitable personal pronoun. Now there are two persons talking to each other, Tom and mother. One is Tom, who is a boy, and second is his mother. Okay, both are conversation. They are doing conversation with each other. So first line, Tom says, "Mummy, blank, am feeling very hungry." Who is feeling very hungry? Tom. Speaker, I. So what you should feel here? I. Mummy, I am feeling very hungry. So which personal pronoun? Speaker is Tom, who is a boy, masculine gender. So that's why I should be used here. I am feeling very hungry. I am feeling very hungry. Now the second line, he continues speaking. Can blank give blank something to eat? Now, how can you ask your mother? Can you give me? Can you give me something to eat? So what are the two personal pronouns? You and me. That you need to fill here. You, me. So your sentence will be complete here. So by using your common sense, by using your common intelligence, you can fill it. Okay. Then mother replies. The conversation goes on. Mother replies, "Yes, what would you like to eat? What would you like to eat?" Now mother is asking to Tom, "Do blank want a slice of bread or biscuit?" Now mother is asking to Tom, do you want, क्या आप चाहते हो? Do you want a slice of bread? Because bread is this much big. The full bread is, if you have seen, this is a bread, something like that. This is a one piece of bread. And bread is uncountable noun in English grammar. Always remember, it is an uncountable noun. Okay. But when we make the slice of it with the knife, cut, 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 cut. So, do you want any slice? This is slice of bread. This is countable. One slice, two slice, four slices, that is countable. But bread is uncountable now. Okay, it is considered uncountable. Okay. So, do you want any slice of bread or you want biscuit? So that is the question. So you can fill here you, the personal pronoun you. Again, Tom replies, no, blank, do not want bread. No, now personal pronoun I. No, I do not want bread. Blank is not fresh. Is not fresh. Bread. Bread is a thing, non-living thing. So that's why neuter gender should be used here. It is not a masculine gender or feminine gender. It is a neuter gender, third person. We are talking about something means that Tom and mother. These are the one is a speaker and one is listener. So one is first person, second is second person. But they are talking about bread. That is a third thing, third person, and it is a neuter gender, non-living things. So that's why it should be used here. It is not fresh. I do not want bread. It is not fresh. Do blank have some fruits? Now again second person. Do you have some fruits, fresh fruits? Now mother replies, there are some apples in the refrigerator. There are some apples in the refrigerator. You generally call refrigerator fridge. Okay. So there are some apples in the refrigerator. Full stop. Then blank can eat blank. Now again we need two personal pronouns here. So second person, you can eat. You can eat. Whom? Them. Them can be used for both, means living and non-living things both. So you can eat them. So that is how you will solve this second means exercise number B. Now let's come to this exercise number C. Let's understand what is given. This is about yourself. Write 5 sentences about yourself starting with I. Means when you are going to start, you are going to tell any sentence, when you are going to do anything at that time. So when you are going to write anything, at that time you will start with subject I, because you are writing for yourself. So you will start the sentence with I. Write 5 sentences about yourself starting with I. Just like here in the first table, myself means I am writing for myself. So one sentence I have written here for myself. Likewise, you need to note down 5 sentences about yourself. Just like I have written for myself, I go to school daily. Starting with I. I go to school daily. I like apples very much. I respect my teachers. I always obey my parents. Like that you can write anything. Okay, but it should be starting with I. I am going to Indore today. Like that, any sentence, but it should be starting with personal pronoun I, which is a first person. Okay, first person. Now, next line, 5 sentences for your mother. Starting with she. 5 sentences should be starting with she. and you know your mother or she means they belongs to the third person. Third person. So by keeping in your memory that we are talking about a third person, she, so you will start 5 sentences. You will write 5 sentences by using pencil in your book. 5 sentences you will note down here. Just like I have written one sentence for my mother with the personal pronouns starting with she. She is very nice. I have written one sentence. What? She is very nice. You can make many more sentences. She is very sweet. She cooks delicious food. Uh, she can dance also. She is very sweet. She is very beautiful. Whatever you want to write, you can write. She wake up early in the morning. Anything you can make the sentences, but at least 5 sentences you need to note down here with pencil. Next, and 5 sentences for your family starting with they. Now, in your family, there are many members, more than one. Okay, in your family, so suppose 5 or 6 members are there. Now, together for all, you want to say something for your family. So, at that time, the personal pronoun which is used for the plurals, they will be used. Means your sentences should start with personal pronouns they. Just like I have written one sentence for my family, they always help me. What I have written, they always help me. That is third person. Family is a third person. We are talking. Family is third person. So we are talking about third person, but they are in plural. So they always help me. You can make many sentences about your family. They are very kind. They are very, very helpful. They always encourage me. Okay. So anything. They love me. Okay. So they help me to do my homework. Anything which you wish to write about your family, you can write, but only with starting with what? The personal pronoun they. So these are all the exercises related with your personal pronouns. Once again, I am revising you. What is personal pronoun? The pronouns. First thing, what is pronoun? Pronouns are the words which are used in place of noun. Just like in place of Neha, we can use she. In place of Harry, we can use he. In place of Dinesh and Ramesh, we can place they. Okay, they, them, their. So these are personal pronouns. They are pronouns. But what are personal pronouns? When the pronouns are classified on the basis of persons, first person, second person, third person. So these are called personal pronouns. The pronouns of the first person, pronouns of the second person, pronouns of the third person. Some are singular, some are plural. Some are masculine, some are feminine. Some are for neuter and some are for common gender. So that you need to always remember and learn. So this is all about the personal pronouns. I hope that you have understood. If you have any confusion, still if you have any doubt, you can ask me on WhatsApp. You can chat me with on the WhatsApp. So I hope that you have done these all exercise, the previous exercises which I have posted in the WhatsApp group of class 5th. So if you have not done, please do it. First do it, try to do it by yourself in the book, then match with my answers. If your 8 answers are correct out of 10, you can give yourself marks, just like 8 out of 10. If you are getting 10 out of 10, you can, it's very better that you have completely understood the topic. And still if you are having any problem, facing any doubt, you can replay my video again. You can go to that link or that channel of our class, then you can again revise that topic. Okay, after revising that topic, you can again you will be again able to understand. So till then, take care. Good luck. Thank you.